What up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to another episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Today's episode is powered by my sponsor e.lga.to Gaming and the HD60S capture card, the key lights and the green screen that I use to make my videos every single day. Now, Amazon Prime Day is coming up on Monday, I believe, so make sure you check out the link down below in the description, and of course over on Elgato's Twitter profile as well, if you want to get the best deals for this sort of equipment over the next few days. So getting on in to today's episode, we sold the inform that we got in the tradable inform pack, for like 17k or something, and then it was Division Rivals rewards time. Now, because I hadn't played the weekend league, this was all that I could get was like rank 3 in Div 1, because I played a bunch of games just to get back into the swing of things, knowing that I hadn't played for a while. So we get 2 mega packs, 2 rare players packs, and hope that we can maybe get something, whether or not just it just be SBC fodder, or, you know, like walkout or something would be very nice. The first pack, it just goes about right, you know, just to show you roughly what my luck's going to be like. Second one is actually a boards, and this time it's going to be the Brazilian centre-back from Chelsea, which is David Luiz, which is not a bad untradeable one to get. I'm sure he'll be useful down the line at some point in the very near future. So from that pack, we also get a Gelson Martin, some other players. This next pack right here, we actually get a walkout, and it is an orange, so it's going to be an ultimate scream, and it's going to be Xherdan Shaqiri, who is actually up for one of the Footy's nomination votes, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's going to win it as well. And then our final 50k pack actually didn't even give us a walkout, gave us boards, and this time it will be Spanish right wing from Napoli, that is Jose Callejon. So definitely not great rivals rewards. I would let that slide if I then had red players to pick as well. So I was pretty much just like, this isn't amazing. We need to do a lot more in this episode to make it worthwhile. I then had a few players in my club that meant that I could get one of these 81 plus informs, and they're not capped, so I know there's an 81 plus and an 84 plus. It doesn't go like 81 to 84. You could get literally anyone, so I figured, hey, we'll give it a shot. Unfortunately, we get an 82 rated inform. This one's untradeable. But I have noticed that EA are putting out some inform requirements for whatever, like, footies come out, or like Gareth Bale. Was Bale, did he require informs? I don't think he did, actually. But there's a couple of, like, SBC players that are coming out which are requiring informs. So, hey, the more of them we can just store in the back of our club for basically nothing, the better. I then also decided to do the footies voting day one. It gives me a Prime Gold Players Pack. We know the drill with this one. It's basically exactly the same every single time, for a free 45k pack or a cheap 45k pack. This time again, orange man of the match, and it is a very low rated one. It is going to be English striker from QPR, that is Smith, 76 overall rating. But hey, that's still like 13 or 14k of discard value right there, and I'll get the rest of the players in my club, which is a win. It's a bonus in my eyes. So then marquee matchups came around, and that one right there that I just did, Arsenal-Bayern, my God, that was an expensive one. Arsenal players and Bayern players shot up in price, and I sat there sniping for ages. I managed to get an Arsenal one fairly quickly, but it took me forever to get a Bayern player, and when I did, it was like 5.5k for a silver player in Alphonso Davies, so it didn't work out amazingly for me, but luckily I already had roughly the rating and stuff on the team that I needed. I only needed to make a couple of quick changes to make that SBC happen. So marquee matchups was able to be completed, and we get Raul Albiol, and we all know what the prices of like 83s and 84s are right now. So Albiol's a good like 8,000 coins that we can make right there. The next pack we end up getting ourselves nothing crazy, but hey, you never know when a Decore or a Torres might sell for 1,000 coins or so. So we'll probably sell them at some point, or just use them in SBCs, because I'm happy to do that as well. We get a Petr Cech in that pack, which was a good 6,000 coins at the time, so that was very good. It means that even though we're getting nothing, we've still got a Raul Albiol, we've still got an Arsenal player, and actually there's another Petr Cech in this pack, which I got a bit greedy. When one sold for 6k, I tried to make 7k out of the next one, but obviously I'd gone too high above the threshold of what they were actually selling for, and then I checked back the next day and he hadn't sold. So yeah, it's just unfortunate. It was me being a bit too greedy, trying to get another 1,000 coins out of something, which is actually eventually going to have cost me about 3,000 coins, as the Arsenal players come way down in price. So then it's Foot Champs time. Now, I said it was either going to be my first few games of Foot Champs, or it was going to be some Rivals matches. Didn't get a chance to play some Rivals matches. I've kind of not been. I've been like really weirdly ill over the last couple of days. I've been completely dizzy and like woozy is what I would describe it as. Every time I move, I feel like I'm drunk or something, which I'm not. I haven't had a thing to drink. So it's been really throwing me off on productivity and stuff. So I tried to just take one evening off and not do any work, which is when I would have done the rivals matches and stuff. So eventually what was left was having to play some rivals yesterday, which I would have done anyway, but playing that whilst a bit dizzy and just completely feeling out of it, which I kind of feel all right at the moment, but I know if I get up and walk around, I'm just going to be like dizzy and crazy all over the show. I don't know what's wrong with me. Probably some sort of like little ear infection or something. I don't know what's going on, but I feel fine. I'm just really dizzy and it's weird. So I'm not sure what the hell is going on with me at the moment. Hopefully I'll be all right in the next couple of days. But yeah, it kind of affected my concentration and my productivity and stuff. So I felt pretty lucky to come away with a 2-1 win in my very first match. I kind of dominated and I was playing all right, but just not super clinical, not the best version of myself, which I need to be in order to actually get wins in rivals. Then I come up against a pretty much perfect team on this game. He's got 99 Messi, 99 Ronaldo, all the icons that you would ever want, Van Dijk, Alexandro, Da Costa. It's an event-ready team. However, I turned it on for this game. I actually found the best version of me, I think. Now, I went 1-0 up with Eusebio. First time shot, not really facing goal. It is what it is. It happens. And then that one was fine. It was played in nicely, and I turned well enough to strike that low driven with Pepe. And then, well, we pushed down the line here, and it gives me an option to just cross it in, so obviously I'm going to do that. I green timed the header, but it is still a header. So 2 kind of meh goals. And we end up forcing a rage quit before half-time of that absolute super team. So that felt really good because when I go into a game like that, I pretty much just call it like a straight-up loss. But, you know, we end up with a win and we're 2-0, which is nice. Moving on into the next one then. Another strong team, more tots, more icons, but not the strongest team we've seen. You know, this is actually a pretty average team for this time of the game, right? If not a below average team. I don't know. It's probably a below average Foot Champs team based on the last few weeks of playing it. Even though that I missed 2 weeks, even during TOTS, like the teams were getting crazy good. Now I know he's got Alwar, I know he's got Di Maria and some other good players, but not the ones that you would necessarily normally see, which is the Eusebio icons instead of the Kluiverts, and the Maldinis instead of the 88 rated Rio Ferdinand. So that's where this team was on a slightly lower level to mine. We've got some very good players in our team, and I don't know how my team improves, which is probably a bit boring for the RTG. Like, yeah, we've added some super subs, but I don't know how to improve my actual starting 11. So that's going to be interesting. It all depends on what comes out over the next few weeks, really. Knowing that Friday night content came out, there's a couple of players in the weekly objectives which I'm not bothered about, but they are 4 matches of rivals, and hopefully if people are being nice and we can just sort of let each other get the objective complete and then just play the game out, then hopefully that'll be all right. But I doubt that's the case in Division 1. People not normally focusing on the objectives in that division, from what I just from experience of playing that, it's normally quite difficult. But hey, you don't need to do it in Rivals wins, you need to do them in Rivals matches, which is a good thing at least, because even if you lose 7-1, if you get that 1 goal with a Saudi player, that's another 1 towards the whatever it is, I can't remember the 2 players. I think it's Arias and Musa. Are they the 2 players? If so, not too bad at all, but they don't really do anything for my team. I wouldn't play Musa over Bale or Lozano, who actually is really good in the air. It's just so weird that I bring Lozano on as a pace sub, and I bring Bale on as like a bit of an all-rounder, but I know he can definitely head the ball. And I found myself crossing with Bale or crossing to Lozano, who is actually winning headers, which is very odd. But I think that was partly to do with this guy's Trent Alexander-Arnold at the back. Lozano is better in the air than him because it wasn't Tots Trent. And that's what it is at this stage of the game, really, isn't it? You've got to have the best players at the back, especially in those fullback positions, if you have a chance of winning any of those headers. So it got a bit weird towards the end, but a 13-goal thriller brings us up to 3-0. And we can move on into our next game. Another near-perfect squad. We match up against here, and I don't know what was going on. This game right here is a good example of Lasty feels a bit weird and his concentration is off. I had kickoff here, and I conceded after 1 minute and 46 seconds. I kicked off, and I passed him the ball instead of e.lga.to, and he went forward, and I defended terribly, and it was so odd. So odd. I don't know what the hell was going through my head. So I gifted him a goal, basically. And then get back into it, get one goal with Pepe. I get through again with Pepe and score again to actually go 2-1 up after 12 minutes. So, yeah, there's 3 goals in 13 FIFA minutes here. Pepe then, e.lga.to plays it to Ronaldinho. We know what the first time shots do in this game. And after 25 minutes, and after 1 minute of being 1-0 down, I was actually 3-1 up. But he gets the kickoff goal with Cristiano Ronaldo. For some reason, Alisson just doesn't like to save anything that Cristiano takes a shot of. And then this, I mean, what am I doing? What am I doing here? I don't know what's gone on, but I'm clearly not awake while I was playing that particular move, and I gift him a goal, and then somehow Ronaldo turns me here, and Van Dijk doesn't tackle the ball. He gets the shot off, it goes in, because Alisson doesn't want to save a Ronaldo shot, and I'm 4-3 down at half-time, and I felt like that was undeserved. It was very... I guess it does look like a very even match, but I felt like I'd basically gifted him 2 of his goals, so I felt like I probably should have still been winning. He then plays it through and gets another goal with Salah, so I've basically come to the conclusion that I've lost this game. We get a stupid goal back with Ronaldinho. I needed to rely on stupid mechanics in order if I was going to get back into this one at all. But hey, he pushes through, gets a little sweat goal opportunity with CR7, and he puts it through. I give a penalty away. He scores the penalty with Mateus. I'm 3 goals down. I've lost this match, and I just felt a little bit hard done by. And then I moved the goalkeeper and into the exact right spot where Ronaldo shot. But would you believe it? He parried it into the post, which then came back out to Ronaldo and allowed him to rebound it in the back of the net. I was just like, yep, that sums that one up, doesn't it? So even though we had loads of opportunities and more on target than my opponent, I scored half as many goals as him in a 12-goal thriller. So yeah, madness. So we get our first loss, and I can move on from that and move into the next game pretty quickly. With 3-1, it was a good team that we ended up losing against, but this team didn't look quite so good. I felt like, again, I'd out-teamed this guy with the players that I've got in my squad, and I scored that with Wijnaldum. And as soon as I saw him pause it, I was like, am I getting an early rage quit? But no, I wasn't. And I ended up pushing through, getting another goal with Pepe after 6 minutes. So he's been great for me. I do really enjoy using him, actually. He's a good player. And then I get through again, get another lucky. It sort of fell luckily to me, and I took the opportunity, go 3-0 up after 11 minutes. Not surprising to get a rage quit there. So that was the first 5 games of my FUT Champs this weekend, which is exactly what I wanted to get done. Obviously, it'd have been nice to come away with 5-0, but hey, 4-1 is better than 3-2. It's better than 2-3, and it's better than 1-4, and it's better than 0-5. So we'll take it. Pepe with like 55 contributions in 50 games, 104 contributions in a less amount of games there for Eusebio, so he's doing really well. Bale and Lozano coming on as super subs. They cause damage. Like Bale scored 1 tap-in goal and nothing else, but Lozano's crazy good, and I'm sure Bale is as well. But hey, people like trying to mark Bale a little bit more, which gives him less opportunity to score, and that's actually left more space over the other end for the likes of Lozano to stick it in the back of the net instead. So it's all working quite well. Guys, that is the end of the episode. I haven't asked you to do so yet, but if you wouldn't mind doing me a favour, hitting that thumbs up button, that would be amazing. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links are down below in the description. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.